to Columbia University.
I did.
And I imagine it's your thesis short that you went to Morella with?
Yes.
Yes. So that, I was curious as to how that and your own background with cinema, your own rapport with cinema, how those two elements helped you perhaps inform you on The Huntress, which is your feature in development.
Right. So what has the short and my experience
Potentially,
yeah.
Maybe it's an extension of some of the ideas that you were working on, or maybe not at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually did the short with the intention of having a very small, contained first feature, with the two characters from the short.
Okay.
However, The Huntress kind of took over.
Yeah.
It was like the thing that I was excited about at the moment. And so I feel like I've already made the mistake where I made something because I felt like it was the right thing to make at the time, but it wasn't the thing I was most excited about. And The Huntress, just kind of took over, and I let it take over. I said, I'll go back to this other feature if it feels right. If it feels right. But this is the thing that needs to happen right now. So I actually started developing it at Columbia in my last year, my thesis years, and so I got a couple of drafts out of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So my experience with film is definitely, I think my entry point was photography.
Okay.
So I have always responded to images and to photo, so much so that I actually thought that I wanted to be a DP. Okay. And then realized I work as an electrician to make money, so like in the lighting department. Okay. I realized kind of soon after I started this path toward being a DP that's not what I wanted to do, that I wanted to direct and write. But the images have always been like the thing that draws me to films. And of course, like, Columbia was very much about putting story with those images, So
The Huntress, it's a very hot topic right now, just reading the very one sentence synopsis. So I was wondering how this specific idea, how it came to you. I don't know if you have any experience whatsoever, but
so I have been kind of fascinated. Like I'm Mexican American, I have one parent from one side, one parent from the other side of the border, and so I've always been drawn to kind of news, history, etc. from Mexico. Yeah. Particularly, the border. Yeah. Interested in that area and just consume a lot of stories and news from there. And one of the things that had since 1992 that's been like big news there, and it did reach the international community, but this violence against women and disappearance of women in Ciudad Juarez. Yeah. So it's something that has been with me for a very long time, and then I came across a story about this actual event. Yeah. And I realized that this was the character to tell the story through.
I imagine it's less sensational than, let's say, a Miss Bala, let's say.
Yeah, it's when I initially thought of this film, I thought of it as a much more heightened superhero sort of movie. Okay. Actually a TV series. Okay. So it was going to be more in a superhero sort of genre. And then I realized that that's not really this woman's story, and that just out of respect for the story and everything else, it would be stronger to actually stay with what she was trying to do. Yeah. So that's what I did.
Cool. You're working with words. The ideas, you're writing dialogue, scripting, right. Sequences and whatnot. I'm always thinking of how the writer then accesses the world. So I'm curious as to how would you describe the look, the texture, the tone, the tapestry, the film? Yeah. How do you visualize it?
So it's interesting because I've been thinking about it while I was at the lab. I was thinking about that a lot, and I think to kind of use another genre that's like more familiar, but like I'm like a modern Western in a lot of ways. Yeah. There's a kind of, it is about landscapes. It's about and it's also about things. The way I've always seen it is open frames, that the kind of threats that exist in this world. Yeah. are not hiding in like shadows they're just woven into everyday life. So to kind of treat it as such in this like open, quotidian, everyday sort of way.
What did the labs confirm for you about the direction you're going in with this screenplay?
The experience at the lab was incredibly positive. I felt like the things that were brought to my attention that are not working in the script, like the holes and all of that, are things that I kind of already knew. And I don't say that in a way where it's like it wasn't helpful. On the contrary, it was because I think like finding the holes is often very easy. It's about figuring out how to like actually take it to the next level. That's the more difficult part. So, and I felt like that's what we talked about in a lot of my sessions, is just kind of how to get it to the next level. So I actually am very excited to start writing again. And I was a little bit stuck before. So now it just feels like I want to get back to New York so I can
You want to get rid of the festival and just like
I just want to like keep moving this forward, because I feel like the ideas that I came away with are going to make this like so much better than I thought.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.